You that news conference live as soon as it begins. Again, this is all happening in Minnetonka, in a neighborhood near the intersection of East Crestwood Drive and Mayview Terrace. That's just west of 494. You can see the location there on the map, along with the pictures we took a few moments ago from Sky 11. There are several reports on social media about what exactly happened in front of that home today. None of those we have confirmed so far, but we can tell you that they are responding in force to an incident in that neighborhood. There was also a push alert sent out, as we mentioned, about a shelter-in-place order for that area. It's our understanding it has still not been lifted. Minnetonka schools say their schools overall have not been impacted by this. They told us they are not in a shelter-in-place at this point. Again, a news conference with law enforcement is expected to begin at any moment, and as soon as it begins, we'll bring that to you live. But right now, let's check in with Chris Harapsky, who's been live near that scene for the last hour or so. And I know, Chris, you saw a lot of armored vehicles passing you as you made your way to the Immaculate Heart of Mary Church, where the media is staging. Chris?
That's right, Julie. Yeah, we got here about 90 minutes ago, and there was a rush of armored vehicles from everywhere in the Twin Cities getting here quickly and staging in this parking lot behind us, getting ready for a plan of how to address this. What I can tell you right now is that they have confirmed that there was a shooting at a house in the 13,000 West Crestwood Drive area. That's in Minnetonka here. The last we heard was a flashbang was confirmed by a sheriff's deputy, and no sounds after that. It is still considered an active scene, but there hasn't been much activity as of late, as investigators are going through the process right now and figuring out what's happening and making sure everything's safe. So we're awaiting a press conference from the chief of Minnetonka Police right now, and we're going to learn a little more information. We did talk to a witness, however, who lives not far from the house in question here. She said she heard about 10 gunshots inside of her home, was alarmed, obviously, went outside, saw and heard a bunch of first responder sirens, and then heard another 10 or 20 shots. So she heard about 30 gunshots in total during this incident. But everybody has been sort of sealed off and not able to even get a view, really, of what's been happening. So we're eagerly awaiting the chief of police in Minnetonka right now. But I can tell you, I have never, in my career, seen So it was quite a thing
Chris,
to see.
Can I interrupt
Things
you?
seem
I'm
a bit
sorry.
calmer, though, right now. Julie, go ahead.
Can I interrupt you, Chris? I'm sorry. We lost your audio when you said in your career you've never seen. Could you finish that thought for us again?
Sure. Can you still hear me?
We can. It was because video was brought up, so now you're
Okay.
good.
Oh, understand. I was just saying, in my career, I've never seen such a wide swath of police armored vehicles arrive in an area at the same time. From Anoka, Maple Grove, Chaska, St. Paul, Ramsey, Minneapolis, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office. They're from everywhere. And so they certainly had the support here to get whatever job they needed to do done. But we're just awaiting more information right now to see what happened.
Yeah, and details that can be confirmed are very scarce right now. We do know there's a lot floating around on social media. We're going to get the official word here coming up in just a few minutes. So we're praying that everyone is okay, but of course, whenever there's a large law enforcement presence and armored vehicles now, it was not that long ago we had such a tragic scene unfold in Burnsville. I know everyone's hearts are going out right now to everyone involved in this, particularly the officers. All of this must be just so frightening and devastating for all of those involved. Again, we have no idea how many people are involved, who has been involved. We have heard reports on scene, as Chris mentioned, from people in that neighborhood that shots have been fired and he heard a loud flash boom. Perhaps a small piece of good news, it does seem that whatever scene was there is not particularly active right now. Again, we are waiting for that press conference to begin. We were told it would begin about 5 minutes ago, so any moment now we're waiting to hear anything official from police. But we do know that there are several officers as well outside of HCMC. So it appears that people have been transported from this scene to HCMC. Again, very unclear on who, how many people, or their condition. But there are multiple police cars outside of HCMC at this time. And Chris, I know you're standing in that parking lot, which also was a staging area for various agencies. It doesn't, right behind you right now, it just looks like a normal church parking lot. But earlier it had been filled with all kinds of armored vehicles and squad cars. Is that still the case in another spot?
No, most of them have left at this point. And I will tell you, as far as schools, Minnetonka Public Schools said they had no schools in lockdown, but Notre Dame Academy, which is attached to the church here, was in a soft lockdown, I confirmed, when this was all happening, and rightfully so. It was 2 blocks away was this incident that was going on, but you couldn't really see or hear anything from the school itself. But yeah, we have video of it earlier with this entire parking lot was swarming with first responders and officers with drones and various things. But I'll tell you, it's important to read into this too, because we heard the flashbang. It was confirmed through an officer that it was a flashbang that we heard, and then you heard nothing else. And those are usually used in tactical situations to find out if someone is still with us inside of a home or if there's still an active threat. We didn't hear anything else, so that should be a clue. Also, the mood of this parking lot has changed a lot, and we saw a lot of cars leave. Again, we'll wait for all the information to fall here, but it seems like, again, it's an active situation, but they're not cordoning off these roads like they had, say, an hour ago. So we'll see, Julie.
All right, perhaps a piece of good news there. We are going to take you back to regular programming for a moment. We are standing by both at the church where the press conference will be held shortly and here in the studio. And as soon as it begins, we will cut back into program.